So I just watched Sense8 episode 2, and this is a spoiler review, guys. It's still confusing as fuck, but not as confusing as the first episode. However, as confusing as it is, it's still pretty predictable. In my case, I don't know. Well, this is really just a guessing game. It's a prediction game. It's not. I want to say too predictable, but there's some things that is very predictable about this show. One being, the Latin rising star of Mexico, and that's Lito Rodriguez. I knew this guy was gay. So I absolutely knew this guy was going to end up being gay, and he ends up being gay. And it was actually a funny little moment because his co-star is just always just trying to get with him, and he's like, I can't. My heart belongs to another. So I thought that was pretty hysterical. So we have that little scenario, and I called it. If it's true, I haven't seen the rest of the series, so I'm just gonna say I'm calling it right now. I knew the locksman, the burglar. I believe his name is what the hell's his name? I forgot what his name is. But the locksman, the burglar, he's banging some chick, and he says, I could use some Indian food. I knew he was going to get or somehow he's going to end up with the Indian girl, who is Kayla. And Kayla is basically, she is forced really into marrying this guy, even though she doesn't love him and everybody loves him. And she should be the luckiest woman in the world. And we see her storyline take place. Basically, she's all of them are together, her family and his family. He does this crazy ass dance, which looks choreographed, by the way, to win her heart. And she goes along with it. She dances with them, and she looks like she's having a great time. However, she just doesn't love him. And as you know, if you watch the series, all these cast of characters that we've been introduced could see like what one another is doing. So the locksman is having Indian food with the chick that he just banged. And I gotta say, the sex scenes in this show, nice, man. I mean, it's some hardcore stuff, But the locksman sees Kayla like walking around, and of course she's not there. She's in India or wherever. And he's just like, he's smitten, man. He's just like, damn, girl. And I don't blame him, man. But then again, like the chick right across from him, like, damn, girl, some passionate love making right there. And it's so funny because Kayla in that scene too, when she's like, talking to her friend, she feels hot and sweaty, and she could feel what's the locksman's doing. It's banging that other chick. But we also have one of the main characters, which I don't know how to feel about her. She just feels like, I don't know. I like her girlfriend, but I don't know. Her name is Nomi. Her mom calls her Michael. Now, of course, she is a blogger, and she's in like this, it looks like a gay parade when I was watching it. She's behind, with her girlfriend on the motorcycle. And she sees Jonas. She sees the guy who was with, I believe, Daryl Hannah, who's playing Angelica. I'm going to say Angelica. Who's playing Angelica, who shot herself, remember, in the first episode. So, so Nomi sees the guy who is with Angelica, and she falls off the bike. It's like she falls off the bike because she kind of recognizes him, and she's pretty much transported to the hospital. The doctor tells him, even after, the family drama is happening, doctor tells her, basically, your brain is not in two halves. They're like forming together, and that could lead to delusional, even death, like in 6 months. So she has to do an operation. She doesn't really want to do it. She wants nothing to do with her mom. And they're holding her at the hospital against her will. So, and then she meets Jonas once again, he's telling her, get out. It's Matrix all over again, right? And we also have the police officer who's still tripping out, who goes back to see the footage when they arrived at the church, and it seemed like a lot of the footage was missing, like 2 hours worth of footage missing. So he's tripping out, He even sees the DJ chick who is, what the hell's her name? It is, let me see real quick. Oh, Riley. he sees Riley in the mirror as she's in the mirror because she's trying to wipe all the blood off, and I don't think she could see him, but he could see her. So a lot of these characters could still see, and we didn't get introduced to the other characters yet. I think the next episode we will. But a lot of these characters, you know, it's still with it, it's starting to come together though, because we see Jonas. I believe his name is Jonas. Just really, he talked to what's her name, Nomi. Now he ended up talking to the police officer, Will. His name's Will, the police officer that we're following. And he's in a grocery store, and Jonas, you know, just comes out of nowhere, starts talking to him, and Will knows that the police are trying to track this guy. So he goes after Jonas, and they get in this high-speed car chase, which is like the trippiest, mind-blowing thing, because like Jonas is in his car, then he ends up being in Jonas' car, and who's driving that car? It's so trippy. Overall, though, it's still interesting. You know, I could see, I'm still like kind of, I don't know if my, you know, thoughts or prediction might come true. I'm not sure. But, you know, I did get one thing right, and that was the Mexican dude being gay, which was kind of funny because it ended up working out because his co-star, the actress, pretty much finds out that he's gay, and, you know, the boyfriend's in the bed. She says, oh, this is fantastic. So she's pretty much going to blackmail his ass probably. The girlfriend of Nomi is trying to have her escape, so we have that going on. It's interesting with the locksman. I wonder what that storyline's going to be about, and also with Kayla. And obviously, like, honestly, like, what is this leading up to? Why are all these people having this strange phenomenon type deal? Or is it a purpose? Is it purpose for all of them to get together? I still don't know. It's great to just keep watching. It's moving slowly. It's just barely, you know, not barely, but it's little by little forcing these people to somehow like, we're learning a little bit more as the audience, and so are we. We are like the cast of characters in here. We're learning as we go, and a lot of these cast of characters have problems of their own, other than this, you know, vision or being able to see other people. The Mexican dude actually didn't have any visions. He didn't have any visions really in this episode. It was really just him dealing with his lifestyle. But Nomi had a vision. Will, of course, had a vision. Even the DJ chick had a vision of Nomi when she was in a hospital. So Kayla, of course. Well, I don't know if Kayla really had a vision. It was more of the locksman who had a vision. The thief, the burglar. So, honestly, it was a fine episode. I want to say it was the best because it is just, it's like a pilot episode. You know, you're still scratching the surface. You're still learning a little bit more about these characters and what this overall plot is about. And Jonas being in the picture in this episode definitely leads to more things that's to come. More explanation, more reasoning why these people are seeing what they're seeing, and also why did Daryl Hannah blow herself up. So that's my thoughts on it. I'm going to continue watching this series, and I said I was going to do reviews every episode I watch. I have a lot on my plate, but I try to get one episode a week, so it's probably be a weekly thing as well. So thank you guys for listening. If you guys have not checked out Sense8, why are you listening to this? Because it's a spoiler review. But for those who like Sense8, thank you guys for listening. And also comment below. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. Don't spoil it for me, though. Even though this is a spoiler episode, I still have not finished the series. And I'm surprised that it's only season 1, so I'm a little scared about that. Hopefully there's a season 2, because I have a feeling I'm going to be left with definitely a cliffhanger. And, you know, the show kind of reminds me of Heroes. Even though I've never seen really Heroes, I've only seen like one episode. It just kind of, it has that feeling to me. And I definitely see the Wachowskis' handprints all over this thing. All over this thing. The Wachowskis are just, their handprints are all over this series. You could just tell right off the bat. So subscribe if you haven't already. I have a lot more videos, a lot more TV shows, a lot more films. Also, comment below. Like I said, I want to hear you guys' thoughts. And also like the video, well, if you like it. I'm Dan Danielson, and I am out.